Did you know Puka Nacua was a day 3 pick? What about Max Crosby? And yeah, even Tom freaking Brady was. So today, I'm going to share my favorite day 3 prospects that I think can potentially turn to all pro players in the NFL. This lets us focus on positions that the Vikings need, but if you want me to do a full overall day 3 list of every position, let me know down below. The first player on my list is going to be CJ Donaldson, the running back fullback hybrid from Ohio State. With CJ Ham unfortunately retiring this year, I can definitely see Donaldson stepping into the day 1 starter role at fullback. He's a great goal line weapon also, scoring 10 touchdowns last year for the Buckeyes just off the 1 yard line. He excels in pass protection, but if he wants to step into this fullback role, one area that he'll need to improve in is his blocking when moving up into the second level. The next player on my list is going to be Chris McClellan, the defensive tackle from Missouri. He played a little over 500 snaps for the Tigers last year and was a great rotational player. In those 500 snaps, McClellan racked up 5 sacks and 20 run stuffs. He also had an impressive combine showing. He was looking smooth during his drills, and he tested alright for his size. His main issues I noticed though is that he gets stuck trying to get off guards and centers when they're already engaged, and he needs to improve his pass rush and pressure rate if he wants to be a true third down guy. My next player is going to be Pat Coogan, the center from Indiana. He was a 3-year starter in college and only gave up 2 sacks his entire career. Both of them came from when he was playing guard as a freshman. And during his freshman year, he was actually pretty productive too, so I think he'll have the ability to play all over the interior if a team needs him to. My main concern about him, though, is his athleticism. He didn't test at the combine, which has some scouts worried that he might not be as athletic and he might be very stiff too. And I think this athleticism concern is what's making his draft stock fall all the way for him to be a day 3 pick. But overall, I think if the Vikings don't draft a center earlier or bring one through free agency, I think Coogan could be a serviceable option if we need to start him. But more realistically, I see him being a really solid backup for any position across the interior. My next player on the list is going to be Devin Moore from Florida. He's a big bodied outside corner that I think a lot of NFL teams will like. He plays very aggressive when the ball's in the air, doing a great job fighting through receivers' hands and breaking up passes at the catch point. He can also work as a bit of a hybrid defender, whether he has to go back deeper in coverage or if they need to play him in the box. My biggest concern with Moore, though, is his injury history. Since 2022, he dealt with 5 major injuries, including injuring his shoulder twice. During these injuries, he only played 17 games. Because of that, scouts believe he hasn't had many opportunities to see his full production and properly evaluate him. Next up is going to be more of a fan favorite player, but I still want us to draft him, and that's going to be Emmett Johnson, the running back from Nebraska. The first thing you'll notice about him when you're watching this film is how elusive he is.
Bruno Dahl went out of the game a moment ago. An accurate defensive end and a lot of room to run. Bouncing off to the left side. Emmett Johnson has a chance to take it all the way, and he does. Touchdown, Nebraska!
He's very good at finding the gap in the offensive line and being quick cuts to avoid defenders. He also has elite stamina for a running back, which has led him to play just under 700 snaps last year, the most by any running back in this draft class. This really shows his ability to be a workhorse back with his elite motor and durability. You also see in pass plays that he's very quick to get to where he needs to be, catch the ball, adjust, and get upfield. My main downside for Emmett Johnson, though, is that he relies too much on his elusiveness. If he's ever in a bad situation and he just needs to truck a guy, he's not going to be able to do that. And if a linebacker gets his hands on him, he's going down. He has average contact balance, and he also has an average top end speed. And my last prospect I want to talk about is going to be Bud Clark. He's really a do-it-all safety. He's probably my favorite in this class. I think he can do literally anything. And a lot of people describe him as a safety in the corner's body. He's able to run deep with targets when they need him to go deep, and he plays the ball really well, almost like a receiver when it's in the air. He also finishes tackles with his own wrap and roll technique, which helps him not miss tackles. I think his best work, though, is when he's in the slot, especially in press coverage where he gets really handsy, and if he gets beat, he's a second gear speed that really shows. He's also an above average athlete, too. He tested very good at the combine, and you can definitely see that on his tape. Some issues I have with him, though, is that sometimes he trusts his receiving skills a little too much, which leads to him over jumping a ball and then not being able to bat it down, and then the receiver just an easy catch. And also, with him trusting his ball skills too much, he can also take overly aggressive angles on throws, which then can occasionally get him into trouble. Alright, and that's my list for my favorite day 3 prospects that I think the Vikings definitely need to look at. There's definitely some guys on here that can turn to real stars, especially if they get the right chance. Let me know in the comments which one you guys like the most, or if there's any other day 3 players you think the Vikings should take a look at.